There's a look at one of the most iconic sports venues in the lower 48, built back in 1957 under the title of City Stadium. We are at Lambeau Field in Green Bay, Wisconsin. Now the kicker, Brandon McManus, about ready to get us started. And off we go from Lambeau. And the opening kickoff will not be returned, as that will be a touchback. So 1st and 10 now from the 30.
Yeah! There we go! I take
They run here with Rico Dowdle. And he slips up past the 45 before being tackled. That play going for 16 yards to start the drive. First down. Big article in the paper this morning talking about how they wanted to get chunk plays in the run game. Well, early on, there's a good one.
There isn't for guys on defense. They've got to remember the old adage. You've got to meet force with force, and if you don't, you get run over, as they did on that last play.
And he's going to be out of bounds, but not before he takes it inside the 40. 18 more yards there and another first down. Absolutely no trouble moving the ball on the ground on the first 2 plays from scrimmage.
Absolutely. You know what I really like? Same guy carrying the ball in both plays, and what drives me crazy is when a back has a nice run, he taps his helmet to go out of the game. I would want the ball again and again and again because you've established really nice momentum, and now you're seeing the field really well.
Under.
They just get the play off. Now Prescott. And this throw incomplete. Well, the defender all over him that time, and it's going to lead to 3rd down.
It's another zone defense. It looks like it's open for possibilities, but they did a nice job patrolling the middle of the field and forcing an incompletion.
Now Prescott. Toward the sideline, intercepted. Picked off by Eric Stokes. And the Packers are going to get the football here as they force the INT on the game's opening drive. Offensively, a far from ideal start there with a pick on the opening drive.
Yeah, not exactly what they were looking for. We know that. That's pretty obvious. The beauty, though, is it's happening early. If they don't panic, they don't compound this problem, they've got a long way to go and a chance to get back in it.
And he'll find some space up to about the 25. From the 25, here's 2nd and 3. Off the play fake, Love. Pass caught, it's Romeo Doubs. And he'll be taken down, but not before they work it across midfield. So from Cowboy territory now, here's 1st and 10 at the 46. Runs over it. And he gets it inside the 35 and just shy of the 30. Add the gain here to the previous play, and it's better than 40 yards total.
And that's the big fella's MO right there. Running through tackles, keeping the sticks moving forward. This defense, if you don't bring 11 guys to the ball to try and get him on the ground, he's going to keep making runs like that. I feel the press box shaking every time he touches the rock.
And he's got it down to the 28.
I feel like I could see what he was thinking on that carry. Wanted to follow that big tackle through the hole. Ended up only getting 4 yards on the carry. I think he had designs on that one being bigger.
Ball on the 28-yard line. Here's 2nd and 6.
Here we go, set.
Love with a give to Dillon. 3 yards is half of what they needed. Now can they get the other 3 here on 3rd down? We're scoreless after 1.
That's the end of the first quarter with no score.
The heavy set out there. 3 tight ends in the formation for 3rd and 3. Love now. Flush to his right. Work in the middle of the field, and he's got a man complete. And he's going to have a Packers first down as they're able to get the 3rd down conversion. Love. And it's incomplete.
And I can see the officials kind of looking at each other down there, silently wondering, does this meet the level of grounding? Fortunately, he did have a receiver in the area, but I have seen less obvious throwaways called as penalties.
Eluding the pressure right. Looking right sideline, but it's incomplete.
That's a big force incompletion there to bring up 3rd and long, and this defense can still salvage a little momentum by forcing them to kick a field goal, because just a few plays ago, they looked like they were headed towards the end zone.
Ready?
This offense was on the move. Now 2 straight incompletions have them looking at 3rd and 10. Throwing left side, and Watson has it. And he'll be brought down shy of the first down marker at the 11.
Striker, 3-3. Ready?
Love to throw for it on 4th. He's got his target. That's complete. Touchdown! Jaden Reed, an 11-yard touchdown. And the Packers post the first points of the ball game as they take the lead here in this 2nd quarter. They took a pretty big risk right there going for it on 4th down, but hey, not only did they get the first down, forget about that, they got in the end zone.
Yeah, because normally you're just thinking, can I get enough yardage to get it past the sticks and pick up a first down? Instead, they go for the end zone and get...
And it's intercepted at the goal line. Picked off by Trayvon Diggs.
It's interesting that when it comes to 2-point conversions, even heavy run teams tend to throw the ball in these situations. In this case, this one was intercepted.
Yeah, they weren't fooled. They were ready for the pass, picked it off. So they went for 2 and failed. They didn't use him on the PAT, but now he boots this one away with a 6-0 lead. And we will not have a return. They'll bring this to the 30. The Dallas offense here set to begin the drive. They threw an interception the first time they had the football, wound up leading to a touchdown the other way. How do you approach drive number 2?
Going back to your game plan coming in, everyone has matchups that they like better than others, where they think they have an advantage. Dial up some of those plays. Try and go to those spots and get your offense moving.
On the run, it's Dowdle. And he gets forward up the middle, but only for a couple. It'll be 2nd down. They run again with Dowdle. And he's got this pretty close to a first down as the tackle is made at the Packers' 36. They need 2. Here's 3rd down.
Yeah, here we go. Here we go, 46. And kill. Here we go, 47. We're going to 52. Good.
They just do get the playoff as he'll look to throw. Pass to the sideline and pulled in. And he is out of bounds right around the 10-yard line. They're able to convert on 3rd down, and that sets up a 1st and goal. They run here with Dowdle. And this play doesn't go anywhere. Backwards, losing yardage to the 11. So they get pushed back to the 11. And here's 2nd and goal.
46.
Here's Prescott. And Cooks has it over the middle. They get only a yard there. Now it's 3rd and goal. Prescott now. And he is into the end zone for a Cowboy touchdown. Dak Prescott, a 10-yard touchdown run. And the Cowboys are an extra point away from moving out in front in the final minute of the half.
Nothing like understanding where your escape hatches are as a quarterback. Here he's looking, but he knows he doesn't want to force anything. So when nothing avails itself, he slips past the rushers, takes it right up the middle, and takes it into the end zone.
So after the touchdown, Aubrey now to kick this one away. And he'll take it a yard or so past the 20, call it the 21. The Packer offense ready to get their next drive underway. And with time quickly fading here in the second quarter, not sure how aggressively, offensively they want to play this.
I think we'll find out just how much they trust their guys in this situation if they decide to take a shot. Oh, I don't know if he's sensing contact to come or what, but that's a ball he'd love to have back. That could have gone for big yardage, but it just didn't want to stay in his hand.
And he will go down, a Cowboy sack. And with just 4 seconds left in this first half, a timeout call. Getting home that time to Marvian Overshone.
Ready, ready. Ready, ready.
Final play of the half. Love steps away. And he'll be out right at the 35. First half in the books. You're watching the NFL on EA Sports. Welcome back. Charles and I settled into the booth, ready for quarter number 3. The Packers set to get the football first, and they are trailing on the scoreboard as we resume action, ready for the third quarter. And he takes this near the 25, just a little past there, call it the 26. About set to get this drive started. The Green Bay offense at the line. This is a game, Charles, that's been fairly starved for offense. Really not much in that first half. We'll see if they can get something going here as we look toward the third quarter.
And not just a chance to finally get a little more offense going, but to erase that small deficit they currently trailed by. I think they'd send a pretty powerful message to the opposite sideline if they drive it right down the field coming out of the half.
And that falls to the ground, incomplete. Well, a nice job of bodying him up defensively, and now it brings up third down.
43 rail. Set, hut.
Love, they go play action now. Can't get away, and he's taken down. And how about this? 4th and long, and they're going to go for it.
Rail, yellow. Red, cycle. Hut, hut.
They're indeed going for it as they look to throw. A hit as he throws, and this is going to be incomplete. Boy, a real head-scratcher there. And now possession will go over inside the 15-yard line. A running play, it's Dowdle. And he's going to be met at the line of scrimmage and taken down. And that one was relatively easy to see. I noticed that from up here.
Yeah, it doesn't take a whole lot, does it? Sometimes you get multiples. What I always love on these offsides is when each side points at the other. Hey, you did it. No, you did it. They deciphered that.
And he'll take it into the end zone for a Cowboy touchdown. Rico Dowdle, an 8-yard touchdown run. And the Cowboys are able to strike quickly to add on to their lead. Aubrey good with a PAT, and the lead is up to 8.
Aubrey
So after the touchdown, Aubrey now to kick this one away. And he'll go down as this drive will start at the 25-yard line. The Packer offense ready to get their next drive underway.
Charles, we know that this offense is aggressive. We saw that last drive. They went for it on fourth down, didn't get it. Then they give up the touchdown. So now you feel like they really need to respond here.
They certainly do, but let's face it. Sometimes when you take that risk, you understand if you fail, a little more onus goes back on your ball club to try and pick themselves back up.
Oh, and that is incomplete.
Just what they need, a lecture from me, but subpar offense is what helped get them into this spot. And now they're continuing the trend with incompletions. That won't get them out of it if they don't change something soon.
Here we go, set.
Now Love. Pass taken in by his big tight end. And they're going to have this across midfield and inside the 45. So from Cowboy territory now, here's 1st and 10 at the 44-yard line. And that, nearly picked off. It would have been a great time for their first interception of the game. Instead, it's 2nd down.
They decided the opportunity was there and launched a deep ball, but he was unable to get away from the defender. Couldn't create space, couldn't uncover at the end of the route, and that one winds up incomplete.
Watch out now. 50 feet. Ready?
Play fake. Here's Love. He finds his man, complete. That's Reed. And he's going to have another 1st down here as the tackle's made at the Cowboys' 27-yard line. To throw now, here's Love. Under pressure, and down he goes. They sack him back at the 36. Micah Parsons able to drop him that time for his 2nd sack of the evening. Pass protection has been a problem all night long as they come up facing 2nd and a bundle.
Love, he's going to change the play here.
Throwing on 2nd and long. Love, that's to Kraft, the tight end. And he's going to have another 1st down here as the tackle's made at the Cowboys' 16. Running straight ahead is Jacobs. And he'll get it here to the 10-yard line.
Hustle. 10 cycles.
And as they come to the line, they will not be able to get off another play as time has run out on this 3rd quarter. Four yards remain on 2nd down. Ball on the 10.
Down.
Throwing. Love.
That one was tipped up in the air and fortunately fell away for the defense, because if the offense is able to grab that one, that's a short little jaunt into the end zone because there's not enough reaction time off of a tip ball for the defense to rally and make a tackle. They were very fortunate on that play.
Ready.
The Packers on 3rd down. They've converted 3 out of 5 thus far. This is 3rd and 4.
It finds his receiver, Watson.
And he will get this into the end zone. Touchdown, Green Bay.
Christian Watson
From 10 yards out.
And the Packers have a chance to tie things up as they trail by 2 here in the 4th.
Let's go now.
Love throwing for it.
And he's got it. The conversion good, and we are tied in the 4th.
Now this one setting up for a great finish. All tied in the 4th as the kick's away. And no run back forthcoming, so this will come out to the 30.
About set for this next drive by the Cowboys offense.
They no longer have the lead after that last touchdown, all tied up in the fourth quarter, and a chance for this offense to mount a potential game-winning drive right here. And they'll keep leaning on the running game. Back to the ground. And he slips up past the 45 before being tackled. On first down, they'll go to the ground attack. And this time the yards won't come so easy as they'll, in fact, tackle him behind the line. Credit the defense there to Quay Walker, getting behind the line of scrimmage before they can rip off any sort of a gain.
Here we go, 46. 26.
One back in the backfield, he'll get the carry. And he'll lose yardage on the play back at the 45-yard line. Possibly a turning point. Big play coming. This is 3rd and long. Now they'll change things around before the snap.
47. 54, line it. Here we go, go to 54, go to 50. Go, get out there, get out there. 26.
Now on 3rd and long, they'll look to throw. And that's going to be incomplete. The coverage too good there. The contact popped the ball free, and it's 4th down.
He did a fine job there of not hitting him before the ball arrived, and I've got to tell you, you can often mistime that play because of the angles of approach. When you're going to get him, sometimes you panic as well and think, I've got to be there right now. Instead, in this case, timed it perfectly and knocked it free.
Here we go, 46.
Prescott to throw on 4th. Able to find the open man. That's complete. And he'll go down, but not before getting this inside the 30. Getting down to the good stuff. All tied with 2 minutes remaining on EA Sports. They'll come up 1st and 10 here.
Hey, kill. 26.
Now a handoff looking right. And they'll get him down after a pickup of 8, 2nd and 2. Now what's the thinking here? Because a touchdown would be nice, but you've ensured yourself a chance of 3 in the lead, so how worried are you about the 6?
You're not very worried about if you're confident in your kicker. And if you got a kicker who can put it through the post, you feel really good about trying to bleed that clock down. In an ideal scenario, your kicker puts it through the post as the clock hits zeros.
And he'll get it here to the 10-yard line.
Another carry for their leader and a good one. It's crunch time. They'll need him to continue to be productive in both the run and passing game in order for them to try and snatch a victory.
All 3 timeouts still at their disposal. Here's 1st and 10 now. And that one blown up quickly as he's going to be stopped before he could even get started. They'll come up now. This is 2nd and long. They'll try and run this one right up the gut. And he's taken down at the 7 after a gain of 7. Now the timeout will be called, so they're in field goal range with 3 seconds left. And now this game's going to come down to the right leg of their kicker. And his kick is good. But now there is a penalty marker on the field, so let's see what this is about. So this one will end in a victory for the Dallas Cowboys. And never an easy thing to do, no matter how good Green Bay is, what the year is, to come into Lambeau and get the victory, but they did it.
You're not just battling the team that you're playing that day. You're not just battling the crowd that's in attendance in that game. You're battling the history of the franchise. You're battling the ghosts that swirl around that place that help spur them on to victory. It is an unbelievable atmosphere, the most historic place in the league, and you have to make sure you stay focused on your task. Otherwise, you can get easily distracted.
Yeah, hats off to them for keeping that laser focus and getting the victory. That'll do it for us. I'm Brandon Gaudin alongside Charles.
Now on an absolutely perfect night in the Lone Star State, the roof's been opened, and we're ready for football at AT&T Stadium in Arlington. Set for football now at AT&T Stadium. Brandon Aubrey has the honors, and we are underway here in Arlington. And he's only going to make it to the 13-yard line and no further. To throw at the outset, here's Hurts.
And he takes a shot on the release as this will be incomplete.
Man coverage to start the game, and I expect we'll see a good amount of that. They trust their secondary to hold down the fort and let their pass rushers get home. And that's a good job right on play one.
Hurts. He rifles one, and that's going to be intercepted.
And he brings it back to right around the 26-yard line.
Brandon, I wonder if someone's down there checking on the head coach right now because he might be in a little bit of shock after what just transpired. Instead of a lengthy opening drive to deal with, his guy stepped up and stole that drive away. Momentum on their side now. How will they attack on offense?
Yeah! Here we go! Right there!
Following the interception, here's Prescott. He's going to leave this for his running back. It's complete. And he'll be tackled at the 23 after a gain of 3.
From the 23, here's a 2nd and 7.
Everybody kill! Everybody kill!
Prescott to throw it.
And this throw incomplete. Now the defender all over him that time, and it's going to lead to 3rd down.
Well, that was his first target of the game, and it's going to take at least one more target to get him on the board. Took a nice substantial hit to jar that catch loose from him. Incomplete pass.
Looking to throw. Prescott. That is caught. And brought down, but not before they get it inside the 10 to the 7.
1st and goal, a chance to convert that early turnover into points. Now Dak, he wants to change the play.
Gun.
They'll try and run for it on 1st and goal. And a little bit of space there takes it inside the 5 to the 3. So the ball position now at the 3. Here's 2nd and goal.
Brings up 2nd and goal.
We're going to 54.
Dowdle. Oh, he's going absolutely nowhere as he is hit behind the line. Now, they'd really like to make the short field pay off. We'll see if they can, but this is 3rd and goal. Here's a handoff out of the gun.
And the hole closes quickly here. He can fight only to about the 4. Give him a couple on the run there, and now they're in that in-between area here on 4th and goal. And this one is right through. And the Cowboys are going to jump out to a 3-0 lead.
Well, it's not the touchdown that they wanted, CD, but still, they got to be pretty happy here. You steal the ball away from them on their opening possession, and you turn that into the early 3-0 lead.
Yeah, you painted the picture perfectly there, all the things that have gone on. And the important thing, other than the lead, of course, is as you described, both sides of the ball now have some momentum.
The Eagles offense set to begin their next drive. Their 2nd drive here, the ballgame, Charles. Remember last time they threw the interception, but the defense held up. It bent a little but didn't break, only giving up the 3 points.
Yeah, obviously they left some points on the table there their last time out, but boy, they have to thank their defense for holding the opposition just 3 after they threw the pick. Their turn now. Back out on the field, put together a good drive, and get some points of their own.
They'll break the huddle, come up on 2nd and 8 at the 27-yard line.
Throwing is Hurts.
A hit as he throws there, incomplete.
I think he had to unload that one before he wanted to. He was right up in his grill. I think he was a dentist there without a license, don't you?
Just not enough time for the play to develop. Just lucky it wasn't a fumble, really. Oh, and his early struggles continue. Here's another one intercepted. And not the first quarter that he was hoping for. Now 2 interceptions thrown.
Well, the good ones, they find a way to compartmentalize, right? Put these behind them, have that short memory, but understand why they threw the 2 interceptions. They go on and usually play a pretty decent game. Other quarterbacks, they have a hard time getting past it and often put the ball up for grabs the rest of the ball game.
And they'll send the tight end in motion here. Prescott from the gun. And now this is intercepted. My goodness. Chauncey Gardner-Johnson with a pick. And the Eagles will take over here at their own 14-yard line. Well, their defense got them the football with an interception. They trot out there, Charles, in the very first play. They give the football right back.
Brandon, I almost expect you coming like an auctioneer. We've got 2, we got 2. Do I hear 3? Remember, it was 2 in a row. Would we hit 3 in a row? Because these offenses...
And Hurts is intercepted, his 3rd of the game. Off to the races. And the Cowboys are going to get possession of the football as time will run out on this first quarter of play. 3-0 after 1 on EA Sports.
Cowboys 3, Eagles 0.
Start of the second quarter, and it's the Cowboys in possession as they get set to start their drive with a 1st and 10.
Yeah! Here we go! Right check! 20.
One back in the backfield, he'll get the carry. Try to find a lane, but instead he'll get back to the line of scrimmage and no more. Now a 2nd and 10. And they'll give him another shot here on the ground. And he is into the end zone for a Cowboy touchdown. Rico Dowdle taking it in from the 20. And the Cowboys are able to strike quickly to add on to their lead.
You get in a 2nd and long situation down here in the red zone, I'd say most defensive coaches would think pass, let's bring some pressure. So this is kind of a tendency breaker here to hit him with something on the ground, and he'll take it all the way into the end zone.
Now the extra point up and good by Aubrey. And the lead grows to 10-0. So after the touchdown, Aubrey now to kick this one away. And he brings us out past the 20 to the 24. Already at the line, this Philly offense set to go. And for this offense, Charles, you got to think kind of crucial here to put something together on this drive, because remember last time out, they threw the interception on the very first play.
And you can't afford to let this defense keep building any more momentum. They're playing awfully well, and they're awfully confident right now. To me, it's time to attack and take some of that momentum back, but make sure you're selective in doing so.
And for the 4th time tonight, it's an interception. Picked off by...